Hello and welcome to Spirit Among Us. In this first day of talking about trusting God, I want to start by talking about our finances. Now, I think our finances tend to be one of the first things we think of when we talk about trusting God. It's an issue and it's a topic that we all think about. We all can relate to because we pretty much all have finances of some sort to manage. So to start off, we should talk about a principle that Jesus gave us when it comes to our finances. Luke chapter 6 verse 38. Give and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over will be put into your lap. For the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. So to start off, Jesus gives us a command. He tells us to give. And when we do give, we will find a return of abundance. He calls us to be generous with what we have, to be generous with what God has given us. Now, this is not to say that God wants us to get rich. God's goal in our lives is not just for us to accumulate wealth. And he also doesn't just want us to be giving and to be generous so that we will be getting something in return. Jesus wants to call us to a place of trusting God. You see, he calls us to a place of trusting God with our finances. And what he's saying here is that if we trust God and if we give, even when it seems like we're giving more than we can, God will provide. He wants us to know that God will provide for us, even when it feels like we're giving too much. So while we do have this promise here from Jesus, we're also warned about loving money. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 5. Keep your life free from love of money, and be content with what you have. For he has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Keep your life free from love of money. Keep it free from love of money. Don't love money. Don't seek money. Don't chase after money. Don't look for money. Be content with what you have. This is the calling God has for us. God does not call us to chase after wealth, to chase after treasures on earth. Jesus told us not to lay up treasures here on earth, but lay up treasures in heaven. We are not called to love money. We are not called to seek money. We are called to be content in all circumstances. The writer of Hebrews is assuring us here that God will not leave us and he will not forsake us. We're not called to seek money. We're called to seek God, because you see, God's provision is not based on our wealth. It's based on who he is. God is always able to provide. So we should seek him first and not money. And when we seek him, when we seek God, that's when he blesses us. But even if God doesn't will for us to have money, even if God doesn't bless us with wealth or prosperity, even if he doesn't give us the return we thought he might, he still gives us the ability to be content. Philippians chapter 4 verses 11 through 13. I'm not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I've learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all things through him who strengthens me, who gives me strength. God gives us the ability to be content at all times, whether in plenty or in lack. God gives us the ability. Because even when our finances change, even when the things in our lives change and shift around, Jesus does not change. He is the unshakable rock that we build our faith on. And so that extends to us being content in all situations. So trust God with your finances today. He is able to and will provide everything you need. But he calls you to trust him and seek him above all else. And when we do that, when we choose God and when we trust him with everything that we have, everything else will fall into place. God will take care of the rest when we trust him with our finances. Thank you for watching, and God bless.